guys, welcome back to High Priority, and on this episode of Why Did I Buy This $400 Piece of Crap, we are going to attempt to tackle these plastics. We're going to try to get the shine to come back in them, get them cleaned up. Hopefully they look a little bit like they did when this thing rolled off the factory floor. You can already see that I've taken care of the fuel tank. I polished that out. I did some repairs on it. You can actually check the video out over here. Now we just gotta tackle these plastics. So we've got the front fender to do. There's actually a cowl that goes here for the headlight, as well as we need to do the rear fenders. So I've been digging around on the internet a lot, searching different methods on doing this, and I've heard of people doing anything from sanding and using steel wool and polishing them, to using baking soda as an abrasive, to using back to black or plastic restorers, to a blowtorch even. So hopefully we don't have to resort to getting to the blowtorch method. But in this video I'm going to use 3 different products that are just strictly going to be wipe on, let sit on there, and then wipe back off. So we will get a 3 product comparison. We'll go ahead and do it on this front fender here. 2 of the products are household items, and the third one is an off-the-shelf from the hardware store. So hopefully we can get rid of this dull look and get some shine and some luster back into these old ass plastics. The 3 products we're going to use for our comparison. First one is Meguiars Ultimate Black. I actually picked this product because I saw a very big comparison on another YouTube channel by Garage Couple. They actually did a comparison of like 8 different products, and even though they picked a different one as their favorite, I'm actually picking this one. I thought it did a pretty good job, and it's only $9. It's pretty cheap. We're also going to go with Petroleum Jelly. So I also read this on a forum or doing a bunch of searching that this actually works for plastic. So we're gonna put this in one of the boxes and we're gonna see how well it does. You know, usually put it on your lips or your ass, so we'll put it on our fender. And the third one is peanut butter. So I think it's kind of crazy to put peanut butter on a fender to restore the plastic, but also read this online. Someone said that they've used it. So we're gonna give it a try. We're gonna slather it on there and make a mess and see how well it does. So peanut butter, petroleum jelly, and Meguiars. We'll test all 3 of those. I will also link the video to the Garage Couples comparison in the description, so you can check that out if you want to. Here's the fender. Got the fender all marked out. Got 3 boxes in it. You can see how faded it is. Here's the inside. Used to be actually pretty nice and black. Now it's pretty faded out and gray. It's got some scratches in it. So we will throw our products in our fender and we'll see what one comes out on top. We'll do peanut butter here, we'll do Vaseline here, we'll do Meguiars here. So start off with the peanut butter. Now what we're trying to do here is get the oils back in the plastic. So what I've been reading online is that as this stuff sits outside, the sun will actually pull the oils out. Plastic is made with oil. So what happens is the oil starts to come out and the plastic gets dry, and then it gets that kind of white, that chalky look, and it starts to fade. So in theory, this is trying to get the oil back in the plastic with the petroleum jelly and with the peanut butter. Now this is probably the same thing. I imagine there's some sort of oil type junk inside this Meguiars. So, all right, the Meguiars looks like it's starting to dry, so I'll go ahead and wipe that off. I'll go ahead and let those other 2 sit on there for a good 20 minutes, and we'll come back and wipe them off. I ended up letting this sit on there longer than I wanted to. It's probably been on there for close to 2 hours. So you can see the Meguiars here is already dried. Almost doesn't look like I put anything on there. So let's go ahead and wipe these 2 off. And then I'm gonna reapply a second coat on there just because the bottle says could take 2 to 3 coats. So we'll just throw one on there, then we'll wipe them all off together, and then we'll check it out. right, there you go. You can see those oils actually seeped underneath the tape, so that peanut butter and the Vaseline, you know, really bleeding under the tape. Maybe it's soaking in really well. Maybe it'll last longer than this one here. I don't have a lot of faith in this one after seeing it after that first coat, but it is a lot darker than what it started out as. So we'll just let this thing sit and dry out, and we'll come and check it maybe in a day, but tomorrow we'll check it out. So here we are after 3 days of sitting. I initially did all these coats 3 days ago, so there's the Meguiars, there is the Vaseline or petroleum jelly, and then here is the peanut butter. So that's kind of what we have there soaked in. You can see the lines, these two, the peanut butter and the Vaseline, really soaked in and kind of bled through. This is where the tape line was here, and this is actually where the tape line was here. It's totally gone. The Meguiars up here didn't bleed past the tape at all. I did put a second coat on that because the first coat looked like it sucked, but let's go ahead and get this outside and see what it looks like in some natural light here. Right there it is in the sun. And honestly, my opinion is that petroleum jelly probably did the best. So I actually went ahead and did petroleum jelly on this fender here. You can see this is nothing, and this is where I put a bunch of petroleum jelly. So it did darken it up quite a bit. This is wiped off. It doesn't really feel greasy or anything. So yeah, there's still a lot of scratches in it, but that is what petroleum jelly does to a fender. So you can see this in the light. So that's it. That's my little half-assed attempt at comparing 3 products. We have Meguiars, the petroleum jelly, and of all things, peanut butter. Yes, peanut butter. So what do you guys think? I mean, my vote goes straight up to the petroleum jelly. Did probably equally as well as the peanut butter. It's actually got a little bit more shine than the peanut butter does, but it was much easier to use than the peanut butter. The peanut butter is just a pain. It doesn't wipe off well. It's greasy, it's gross. You know, it's gloppy going on there. So it's just a hassle. The petroleum jelly was also, you know, a little time consuming to wipe off, but it was nothing like wiping peanut butter off. And I honestly think both of these did better than the Meguiars. So this is 2 coats of the Meguiars. Now if we go to 3 or 4 or even 5, this may look much better than these, but that stuff's $9 a bottle. And you're gonna use a lot, even on a small bike like that, doing all those plastics. You're gonna burn that stuff up. In my opinion, that petroleum jelly being $2 or $3 for that big tub, you're gonna be able to do all that, and it's not gonna cost you very much. Also, I'm not getting rid of scratches, so don't expect the scratches to magically disappear, but it does darken up the plastics and give them a little bit of a newer shine, I guess. It's not perfect, but it does look a lot better than the faded out parts. So I may start another video of polishing the plastics and using different methods to polish or sand or buff them, and maybe we can get some of the scratches out and get them to really, really shine up. So stay tuned for that in the future. If you guys had any comments or questions, or if you want to have any questions on any other videos you'd like to see on this old piece of junk, please leave them below. I'd love to hear from you, and maybe we can make another video on that if you guys want to see it. Also, if you have any other questions about different products that I could use that maybe you guys have had much better luck with on your ATV plastic. So, all right, well, there you have it. I actually enjoyed making this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. Give a thumbs up if you liked it, and please subscribe to my channel. All right, we'll catch you on the next one.